To our CNN anchor, Don Lemon. He's been in Baltimore all week for us. Don, you just had two, not one, but two really important interviews. First, the passenger who was in that police van together with Freddie Gray. Tell us what that passenger told you.
He told us a lot, Wolf. I actually spoke to him yesterday, but here's the thing. There's the information from the police department is a bit nebulous and a bit sketchy. So the information is showing that this young man, his name is Dante Allen, that he's still in custody. Well, he's not. He's saying to me, he told me yesterday that on the morning of the arrest, he was picked up, but he was picked up after Freddie Gray. He said he was walking out of I think it was a convenience store, out of a basement of a building, and he said the officers came over, and according to him, he said that they were harassing him. They did pick him up, and when they and he had some marijuana on him, and so they took him and put him in the back of the van. He's telling me, Wolf, he said, I didn't know anybody was in there. I heard some bumping around. Not until he got out of the van, and he says, this is according to him, he heard them saying, man, we really, got the best of him and knocked him around a little bit, and they weren't sure if he had any vitals. He goes into the police station, and he hears the officers come into the police station and saying, oh, he has a pulse and he's breathing now. But here's part of our conversation. Take a listen.
So you're in the back of the van. Now, the story is, according to a newspaper report, the Washington Post, that there was screaming in the van, that you said that he was intentionally screaming and hurting himself.
Untrue.
Okay.
Very, very, very untrue. Very untrue. I never talked to no investigators. I never talked to nobody. I got my own personal lawyer who I haven't talked to all day because of the madness that been going on. The only person that I talked to was homicide. The exact same story I'm telling y'all, I told them.
There's a relative of one of the officers involved saying that he was irate and screaming and moving around in the back of the van.
Well, I was back there.
Well, you were back there. Or at least during part of the ride. I'm not sure if you were back there.
Absolutely untrue.
Not true.
Not true.
You never heard him?
Never heard him. I heard, the only thing that I heard was little banging, like I thought he was banging someone was over there banging their head or something.
Yeah, so he's saying he was on the one side of the van, Freddie Gray's on the other side of the van. Wolfie also says that he knows Freddie Gray from around the neighborhood. He didn't know his last name, he just knew him as Freddie. But in the course of him being taken in, he heard him mention his name and saying, again, they were concerned about whether he had vital signs or his pulse or whether he was breathing. And he said he believes that because of what was happening with Freddie Gray, that they let him go. And that's how that was a mix-up in the system. That was the reason that we couldn't confirm it last night, because it kept showing that he's still in jail. He's not in jail. He said he was never charged. There was never any paperwork. They talked to him for a little while, and then they just let him go. The whole process took maybe a couple of hours. It's a very interesting conversation with him and assessment of what happened from him.